Listen, alcohol is just out in 2024. There is a rising trend of going alcohol-free or being sober curious, and alcohol, the truth is, it's just bad for you and can famously impair your sex life. So if you're looking for another way to unwind, relax, or just have fun, I cannot recommend Via's THC gummies enough. Via has gummies for every occasion. Whether it's to improve your sleep, I love their sleep gummies. I take them everywhere. Your mood or your focus. They even have an aphrodisiac gummy called High Love to boost my arousal levels. High Love has a unique blend of cannabinoids and aphrodisiac exotic herbs that are known for their libido enhancing effects. So I've been using Via for a while now, and I absolutely love them. They're a super trusted company. They use premium hemp, natural ingredients, and they're known for their premium indoor THCA flower. All their products are made here in the US. They got quick and discreet shipping to all 50 states, so you can all enjoy them, not to worry. And also super affordable. So head over to viahemp.com and use code Emily at checkout to save 15% off your order. That's VIIAHEMP.com. Use code Emily at checkout for 15% off your order and let me know what you think. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Today we've got sexting, anal sex, safe sex. I'm giving you advice on some of your top sex and relationship questions and so much more. Thanks for listening. Okay, but first, I'm starving. Do you ever just get starving in the middle of nowhere and you've nowhere to get food, but you're so hungry and you're like, why didn't I go to the store? Well, I need to tell you something that has changed my life. Graze.com. Okay? I'm so busy, I don't have time to go shopping, and I love to snack. Graze.com is a snack service that delivers tasty, nutritious snacks right to your work or home. They've got these boxes that are so awesomely customized to your taste and preference and dietary requirements. Plus, all Graze snacks come in perfectly portioned packs, great for munching on the go. And if you're like me, you probably crave a little variety in your snack drawer, right? Just like your sex life. Well, Graze.com lets you pick from over 100 handcrafted snack creations to satisfy any craving. My personal favorite, the whole grain banana shortbread dippers. They're only 150 calories. I also love the punchy protein nuts with a chili lime twist, 7 grams of protein. Okay, you have to also try the triple berry smoothie with a medley of dried berries and bananas. All their snacks are approved by their in-house nutritionists and contain no GMOs, artificial flavors, or trans fats, so you can actually feel good about what you're snacking on. And who doesn't want that? Go to graze.com, that's GRAZE.com to get a free trial box. Okay, free food. Who doesn't want that either? That includes 4 of their most delicious snacks when you use my special code Emily. That's graze.com, code Emily.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily. You got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, I feel so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. Check out everything there. Check out our mailing list, sign up for it, our videos, our blogs. We upload it every single day. So if you can't listen to Sex with Emily at work, you can read Sex with Emily at work because we got good stuff going on there. Hi, Anderson.
What up, Em?
So good to be with you.
It's fantastic to
I
see
know.
you.
How was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm very worn out, but it was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm glad to see you. I had a very interesting weekend. I had a lot of sex talks this weekend that were very intense.
That's interesting for you?
Well,
I would think that sounds like
no,
run-of-the-mill for you.
No, it is run-of-the-mill. But like there's been all these things that have been coming up, and particularly the topic of women and blowjobs. I have some guy friends who are like obsessed with the fact that like one guy got married and then this other guy is like, I don't think that women like it. Like women really don't like it.
Don't like giving
Yes.
blowjobs.
And is that your inherent belief that women do not like it?
I think
but they do
some
it?
women
It's a
really
duty.
dislike it and some women love it.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think choose to believe what you want. You can, and if you're with a woman who doesn't like it, you'd be like, she's not into it. This
She's
isn't
not
fun.
wife material. Yeah,
Right,
let's move on.
exactly.
Or she's so great that I can get by without the blowjobs.
Right.
Either
and then
or.
you let it go.
Yeah.
You make a decision. And I believe there are women, I have a lot of friends like, oh, yeah, God, it's his birthday, got to give him a blowjob. Because everyone hears that story like you get married and you no longer have blowjobs anymore. And I just think that's sad. Because I think that you should, I mean, it's like blowjobs are like flowers for women. And like women, the fact that women just decide like, oh, I'm just not going to do it when it takes like 2 seconds.
Well, it depends on who you're with.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's doing stuff for you. And so I asked my friends because my other friend pulled her friends and they were like, no, I don't like, they were married. They were like, I don't like it. I'm not into it. And then my friends were like, yeah, of course. And I like it. Like I've never done any sex act that I didn't want to do. And so I just want to hear from you.
I would hope not.
No, but I'm saying, like, why do anything you don't want to do? I believe it is split, just like men don't like performing oral sex on women.
Well, that's also a misnomer often. But I think that, like, you guys, I mean, you put on the makeup and the heels and the hair, all that, that's like bait. That you're luring us in to get married. And then once you caught us, a lot of the time it's like, why the fuck do I got to make bait?
I know, but I feel like, I had a guest on my show once. She was like, 20 years I've been married, and I never said no to a blowjob. I always give him a blowjob. And I just feel like that's a good attitude, and he should always do things for you. And I just don't believe it. So I want to hear from you guys. Like, are you a woman or a guy who thinks that women don't like it? Are you a woman who doesn't like it and you want to know how? Because we've talked about this on the show, that if you don't like it, I have also given tips on how you can learn to love it and be really good at it. I'm just obsessed with blowjobs.
Tonight?
No.
Today?
No,
You're not going to give the tips on how to love it?
Well, okay. I've done this on my show a lot, but here's the thing. If you don't love it, first of all, I want to know why. Did you have a bad experience with it? Did like some cum fly up your nose one time or something? Did a guy make you, or you just hate the taste? There's a lot of reasons. And a lot of women just don't feel like they know what they're doing either. They feel like they're not that good at it. They have low self-confidence in it, whatever it is. So I think that you have to start to think, if you're giving a blowjob to someone that you care about and you're having sex with them, think of their beautiful penis as an extension of their body, and you're doing something to them that's making them feel amazing, and all the power is in your hand. And giving a really good blowjob is an art. And if you get into it, and really the number one tip is enthusiasm. So be into it, even if you have to fake it till you make it. And then you'll start to realize, like, once you're into it, you start practicing different things. It'll be like fun. Like, you'll see he's happy, he's getting off, he's happy. And you've done it, and it's fine. And I think, just like anything, when you practice it and you're feeling good and you get good feedback, you're gonna want to do it. I'm not saying every day. I'm saying just don't take it off the menu after you are in a serious relationship.
Yeah, that's rude and it's selfish. Don't do that. You can pretend like it's a game too, like Pop Goes the Weasel, and like you're trying to get to the part where like stuff like pops out.
Stuff pops out. It's a good time.
If you're a competitive person with yourself, you can start timing yourself and see if you can do it faster and faster, get the result quicker.
Exactly. And I got to tell you something about blowjobs. So I give a good blowjob. I know that. And I know that I've definitely improved over the years. It's my job. But I've also, not to give blowjobs, but to learn about them and study and teach. So if you want more details, actually, sexwithemily.com. We have a lot of articles, blogs about it. But here's the thing. I was reading this book once about blowjobs early on in my Sex with Emily
the book
career.
Was about blowjobs?
Yeah.
Was it a how-to book or was it like a novel and that was like...
You can buy this at Good Vibes too. It's called Tickle His Pickle by Sadie Allison.
What? Oh, I know Sadie Allison.
You know Sadie. She's been there, whatever. Yeah. So, but the point is, it was that book and it was some other book I was reading. And I remember I was dating a guy for a few years and I was reading this book. She was coming on my show and I was like, oh. And I can't remember the exact move, but there was one thing I did with like my tongue and my fingers around his ball. It was like, I can't even remember what the move was. But I'd been giving him blowjobs, really good blowjobs, for about a year and a half. And at the end, he was like, oh my God, what did you just do? Meaning that I learned a specific tip at that point or something that I did that was different. And I think a lot of sex is variety. Like, he hadn't felt that sensation before because probably my blowjobs were the same. So there's little things that you can learn by reading. Go to my website, go online, buy a book that could rock their world, and then you felt good. I'm like, oh my God, I'm really, really good at this, and he felt good.
And then you feel good.
You get it all. It's like what comes
good.
around goes around. Yeah. I'm just saying, if you don't like it, figure out how to like it. Okay, so, but I just don't believe that all women hate it, and I believe if you do, you can learn to love it. Let's do some sex in the news because it's your favorite part, Anderson.
Love it. Is it good? Is it about blowjobs?
Shit, no, I just talked about blowjobs. This is about, this is what I got for you. STDs are on the rise thanks to social media hookup apps. I don't know if you can really, but this is what the Department of Health reports. HIV is up 33% from 2013 to 2014. Gonorrhea up 30%. Syphilis skyrocketed a whopping 79%. Why the sudden uptick? Officials cite better testing, but add that hookup apps like Tinder are partly to blame. Everyone wants to blame goddamn Tinder. High-risk behaviors include using social media to arrange casual and often anonymous sexual encounters, having sex without a condom, having sex with multiple partners, and having sex while under the influence of drugs or alcohol. So they said that this data sends a clear signal that despite the progress we've made in reducing STDs and HIV over the years, that we have more work to do. And then another study said, whatever, there's a lot of studies. They're saying that syphilis, though, the fact that it went up so high, it's because of these apps, but it could just be because people are hooking up now. And more frequently, there's more partners you can meet more readily. Just bring some goddamn condoms with you and pay attention to who you're having sex with, because this is upsetting.
I don't.
If it's true, but I don't blame it on the apps.
I absolutely blame it on the apps. Of course,
You do?
it's the apps.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's only the apps. Or really that many people. I guess so. People are on Tinder and Hinge. I just think that perhaps people are stacking dates. They're having 10 in a week, and they're hooking up with everyone, and they're like too drunk to use condoms, which is why people make those poor choices.
Drunkenness, yes.
Drunken
Every
what?
beer should come with a condom.
That's a great.
Not
dude,
bad, I know.
Not a bad idea. My favorite condoms ever now are Skin, SKYN. A lot of women allergic to
The old latex over
latex.
there. Yeah.
These are polyisoprene. They're good. It could be the apps. It could be the social media in general. People are hooking up from people who like their photos on Instagram as well. So I guess it's social media. We're meeting more people than we ever did before. And so that means we have more opportunities and we're having more sex and spreading diseases. So use condoms.
I think my little tagline on Facebook, I never go on Facebook, but like when I was last on there like 4 or 5 years ago, was like, Facebook, helping spread STDs since 2002 or
Are you
whenever it was
serious?
invented. I think that's my tagline
You
on there
knew
right
that?
now. Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew it back then. I saw it back then. I mean, people were just scrolling through looking for like friends that they lost contact with
Yeah.
or like high school.
Ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
ex-sweetheart. It is true.
Back in my day, I'll tell you, we used to look at, we had to go to yearbooks. That's what we had to do. Look
I
for the phone
know.
numbers. Like, keep in touch.
I know.
KIT.
And then in the summer, you don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
You can't be like, let's meet up. You're right. It's a whole different world. And then the other thing, on my last show I did with Anna David, a friend of mine, we talked a lot about Tinder and dating apps and all this stuff. So you can check out that show. Here's how much we Instagram about love, vibrators, and pizza. Fascinating story, Anderson. We gram what we love, from beach vacations to boozy brunches. Sure, hashtag foodie and hashtag food porn are super popular, but we hashtag the things we really love, do we? Is that true? Well, Super Drugs Online Doctor looked at 645,000 tagged Instagram posts.
Wait, super drugs? What?
Super Drugs Online Doctor.
Oh, okay. This is like
This
the
is
source. Got
people. So, okay, this is really interesting. They looked at Europe, they looked at the U.S., and made some very interesting observations about how we document sex, love, and pizza, according to Instagram. So, according to their hashtag data, users are much more likely to hashtag their pizza than their hashtag girlfriend, hashtag marriage. However, there are a few states who do gram their relationships even more than their cheesy slices. It's the southern states, Mississippi, Georgia, and a couple of other pizza-hating states like Nebraska and Ohio. They are much rather to say pizza than girlfriend and marriage. Okay, then there's love versus toys. Hashtag dildo, hashtag vibrator are far more popular hashtags than hashtag love in the colder northern regions of the U.S. New Hampshire, Vermont, 1 and 2, Montana, number 3. I guess they're just trying to keep warm. I don't know. Meanwhile, Wyoming, Idaho, Hawaii, West Virginia, Utah show the least amount of love for sex toy-related Instagrams compared to hashtag love posts. So I don't know what the hell that means. It just means that in different regions, we care more about hashtagging our food and hashtagging love and vibrators.
People probably look at the hashtags of those around them more often
Do you?
and then
But
pile
I don't.
on.
You don't really go on Instagram. Like, I don't click on a hashtag. I use hashtags on my Sex with Emily Instagram at Sex with Emily, but I'm not like going, who else talked about a vibrator?
No, I'm a
today?
cynical, bitter old man, and I can't wait for hashtag to stop.
I know.
And
Hashtag what?
I want it to just stop. My wife tells me it's never going away.
I just said it too many
My
times.
really
in that
good
one
friend,
sentence.
he makes a living by hashtagging for like companies and stuff.
Yeah, no, people do that.
Even though he might be out in the cold and on the streets, I want hashtag to stop. It's just, everyone stop with the hashtag. Please stop with the hashtag. Hashtag stop.
Oh, because people are using it like in language and stuff.
It's annoying.
Like hashtag annoying.
But I'm old, cynical man.
You
so,
are old,
yeah.
cynical man, which I'm learning more and more about. But you've such a soft, loving side. Let's get into some emails.
Hashtag stop.
Hashtag emails. Okay. We've got a lot of them. Thanks for emailing me. Feedback at sexwithemily.com. I love hearing from you, and include your name and where you're listening from.
And your age.
And your age. And your breast size, penis size, we say.
And your sex.
Okay, how to get more sexting. Hello, Emily. First off, love the show. I've learned a lot from you, especially the wide variety of sex toys available, which you seem to have all of them. I'm a 23-year-old guy, and I've been with my girlfriend for the past 7 years. Soon to be engaged, hopefully, if she says yes. I have a high sex drive, and so does my girlfriend. When we're alone together, however, she doesn't necessarily like sending pictures, which I kind of understand, but she doesn't respond very well, i.e. reply or play along with sexting. Do you have any tips I could use to make her feel more comfortable at sending me pictures and sexy texts when we're not together? I sometimes think that by saying stuff like, I want to put my cock in your pussy, etc., freaks her out.
Jesus.
I can't imagine being with anyone else, and this is in no way coming between us, but I'd love to make this part of our relationship better. Thanks in advance, S from Essex.
What's his age? Where's Essex?
23.
Essex.
It's in the UK, London. Right?
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah.
Yeah, he's 23.
So cock and pussy, that's a different thing in Essex, I think. I think it's they're a little more cash with that kind of language. Because I know they throw a cunt around quite a bit over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. A lot of women, she might not be responding because either she just doesn't like it, it makes her feel bad, or she doesn't know what to say. And you could probably find a way to speak her sexting language that will get her going. So I don't know what you've tried or if you tried it once and she didn't respond, because like even if she was your girlfriend of a month, you should always escalate very, very slow with sexting, with dirty talk, with all of it. So the best thing is to be descriptive. Like tell her what you want to do, compliment her. Like last night was so hot, baby. I can't wait to like take off your clothes again. I mean, start like something fairly benign. And you can also tell her things that like about her that would get you excited because, you know, tell her like you looked so hot last night in that skirt and I can't wait to see you take it off you again. Or something very like mellow. See how she responds to that. And then you can start to escalate it. Here's the deal. Just don't overthink it. And don't try to text exactly what you think like women want. You know her. You've been together 7 years with her. So you can know like how she could respond. And if you feel like it's something that she's just opposed to, you can talk to her. Say, baby, during the day, because I always say like foreplay all day. And if you send a sexy like text to your partner, like then she knows you're thinking about her. But she might just want to hear how bad you want her or how hot she looks or something like that. So kind of gauge her, like figure out what she wants, but don't get too dirty too fast. And again, when you're in person, you can tell her things that you like, and then you could say it again in a text so she knows it's not so foreign, and then build from there. As far as the pictures, not all women are into that. You could, you know, take pictures together and like take a picture and she could pose in a way and then look at the camera. Because like I know I never take selfies and people are like, take selfies. I'm like, I don't have time. I take a selfie myself. I look at it, I'm like, that's so bad. It's an art, Anderson. And it's not one in which I choose to.
I think that they actually teach a class on taking selfies.
They
at some
probably do.
college, yeah.
No, they should. And I always have like people work for me like, just do it. I'm like, I don't have time. I don't like it.
It sucks for guys though, like that want to trade because like we don't really. The dick pic doesn't really do nearly as much for you guys as the side boob pic would do for us.
I know. Oh, see, here's the thing.
Even a side boob is better than a dick pic. You know what I mean?
I've actually been reconsidering my whole notion on it because I've always said I've never sent a sexy picture to a guy, which is true. But there's a part of me that thinks I could definitely send one in a way that isn't really revealing, just sexy. Like I don't have to show my nipples or my intimate areas.
Right. You could just show like, you know, your legs or something.
Or my stomach. Yeah. I have a great, and I don't know why I don't. So I'm not going to rethink it. I'm going to.
The nape of your neck.
But I'm going to have like a friend help me who's really good. You can position it. It's all about lighting. So
here's God, you're so type
I'm
A.
just a chick.
I'm going to send a selfie. I'm going to get my professional photographer.
No, I was talking to my girlfriend at breakfast this morning and she's like, oh my God, I'm so good at it. So I was joking, like, come over and show me. Because I like it, but you could like the light, the whole thing. So I'm going to do it eventually. But the point is, she just might not know what makes her feel good. She might not feel that sexy. So if you guys do this stuff together, you start talking to her sexy and you say, let's take some pictures, I'll delete them and see how sexy she is, she might start doing it on her own. End of story.
Like you get some chocolate and flowers, you take a picture of those, you send them off to her and say, hey, these are yours if you send something in return. Huh? Yeah, a little bribery.
A little bribery?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he needs to tell her how sexy she is and then he wants to capture a picture of her. I don't think bribing food for sex is a good idea.
Okay.
But I like that.
You don't
I
like the
that.
ultimatums and you don't, yeah, you
I
don't
hate
like
ultimatums when it comes to sex because that's when sex gets tricky. When they like when couples start to say to each other like, well, if you take out the trash, I'll give you a blowjob.
And then it bemes a chore. But this isn't sex, Em. This is sext, you know? So there might be a little
Just
leeway there.
be funny and playful. Maybe she wants you to write in a certain way. I don't know. Read erotica together. Get comfortable saying the words. Watch porn. There's a lot of things you can do.
Move away from cock and pussy.
Yeah,
Try something different.
Do not lead with cock and pussy. Do not lead with the cock and pussy if I've taught you anything. But thank you, and let me know how it goes, S. This is not a lost cause at all. Hey, Emily, I'm a new listener and loving the show. I'm enjoying your ideologies of sex positivity for women. I have an issue, and I would like your advice. I really enjoy having sex with different people and having lots of connections at this stage of my life. However, I have a constant fear of catching STIs. I always use protection, but STIs like herpes, HPV can be transmitted even with condom use. What's the realistic chance of catching STIs with condoms? Or am I freaking out for no reason? Thanks. I don't even have a name here. But for starters, I'm very happy for you, sweetie, that you are embracing your sexuality. You're enjoying yourself, and it is time to have fun. And I love that you're being safe. That is so important. I definitely don't think that you're freaking out for no reason, but I do think you're being smart, like I said. And when used correctly, condoms really are 98% effective in protecting you against pregnancy and STDs. Unfortunately, you are right that some STIs can be transmitted from a skin-to-skin contact, like pubic lice. I hate saying those two words together. I'm sorry. And herpes. And there's no 100% proven way to protect your skin, to protect yourself from skin to skin. So the best way is just be careful. What?
Wetsuits.
Wetsuits, exactly. The best way to protect yourself is just to be careful about your partners and keep your eye open for any signs of infection and sores and rashes. However, many people have infections and you cannot tell. Their penis looks completely fine. Same with her. So you could also take a test together. You know, you can make sure, like, I'm not going to sleep with you until we get tests, but that can be a little tricky. So don't freak out too much, but keep using condoms and just check out your partners. But there's nothing we can do. This is the best we can do here. Unless you guys walk into a clinic together and then you have to wait 10 days. What?
98%, it's not bad. I mean, if she goes out, I'm assuming it's a her.
Yeah.
With 50 guys, she's only going to get one STD. That's not bad.
The numbers aren't bad.
It's not bad.
You're so right. That's a great point. Okay. So, yeah, but I think more people should be a little freaked out about it. Carry those condoms with you, peoples. Okay. Now we got to talk about something else, Anderson, before we get back to emails, and that is Fleshlight.
Who doesn't love Fleshlight?
Well, apparently 8 million men, because it's the number one sex toy for men.
They do love Fleshlight.
They
I said,
love
who
it.
doesn't?
Oh, right. Exactly.
Other than like scorn, jealous girlfriends
I
who
know,
are
but
jealous of the Fleshlight.
Okay. Remember earlier our combo about blowjobs? You don't even have to give him a blowjob or a hand job if you hand him a Fleshlight. You could do it for him. It's a male masturbation sleeve. You could be like, hey, honey, it's a Fleshlight night for you. Because the thing about the Fleshlight is that it is made to look and feel like the real deal. What?
I'm just picturing a girl who hates giving blowjobs and she just like fancies some kind of band that she could put around her head with the Fleshlight right underneath her throat.
Exactly.
And then she could just go like,
right.
And it doesn't even go in her mouth. It's going in the
Fleshlight.
Fleshlight.
The whole thing, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He just wants to get off.
Put it on the side of her head.
Whatever. She could still watch TV at the back of her head. She could still be watching TV.
Oh, that's true. The back of her head.
It's not a bad idea. They do have the launch pad, which connects to your iPad, so you could be watching porn and the Fleshlight's connected to that, but that has nothing to do with your partner. But hey, check that out too. So the thing is that it looks and feels like the real deal. And it's not only that, it's a different sensation that you feel during sex and during using your hand. Because it's like has these bumps on it that like make your penis feel things it's never felt. And you have orgasms like you've never had, at least from all the penises that have reported to me. So it's discreet, it's portable, it's so easy to clean. And for every woman who has a dildo, every man should have one of these. So go to sexwithemily.com, sexwithemily.com, click on the Fleshlight banner, use code Emily, and then you get a free bottle of their award-winning Flesh Lube. So do that now. Fleshlight, check it, love it, live for it. I never gave you one, did I, Anderson? Is it because you don't want one or you don't want to ask me for one?
I'm good. I don't need one. I'm married.
Good talk.
Yeah. I've put my finger in a lot of them. Yeah.
Really? Just for testing them out?
Well, because I work on Loveline, and they sent us like a giant box.
Oh, they did.
And
they
we're
did.
all shoving our fingers in. And I noticed, like, when I put my finger in the vagina one, and then the mouth one, and then the butt one was very tight. My finger got
very
stuck
tight.
in it.
You can get the butt one, people.
And
got stuck.
It looked like a beer. Like it was a beer can, right? It looks like a beer, and then you take off the top.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Fleshlight looks like a beer can.
No.
Yeah.
The butt one
the
was a
butt
beer
one.
can.
Yeah, I got it.
It was designed to look like an actual
right.
beer.
They make them for gay men. They make them for anyone who wants to get some tight butt. Oh, speaking of which, guess what the next question's about?
What's that?
Anal sex.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, Emily, I absolutely love your show. I'm in the car a lot, and it's been a savior. My name's Emily as well, and I'm living in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm 25 years old.
All the info that we need. Perfect.
I love it. I love when people are on it. I've recently started seeing a new guy. He's 31. Our sex has been amazing, and we connect on so many levels. We've been seeing each other since October, and it's long distance, so I feel like we're still in that beginning phase, which everything is pure bliss at this time, which is true, honeymoon phase. My question is, when I watch porn, I love watching anal. The guy I'm seeing brought it up, and he said he wants to try it. I've done anal before and liked it, but I feel hesitant to do it with him. I feel like I give in too quickly now, then it's going to give us one less thing to try down the road and inevitably lead to a sex demise. I want to keep it exciting in the bedroom as long as possible. And the other part is the fact that I'm also feeling nervous and anxious that something wildly embarrassing is going to happen as well. What should I do? Should I wait? Should I venture down this road? Is it premature to venture down this road? Thanks, Emily. Thanks, Emily. To me, Emily, from another Emily. Okay, it sounds like you guys have a great sexual connection. I love that. And you're really open with each other. You talk about sex, you watch porn. They're in a good place. As far as you're concerned for being too soon, anal sex is not the end of your experiences. It is a beginning point. It could be a beginning point for sexual exploration. So there's so much to try after. You can even improve upon your anal sex. So to think you're like saving it as like your card, like people are like, I'm going to get married and then have anal sex. I think like if you want to try it and he's into it, who knows? You try it, could open up the door for even hotter, sexier stuff down the road. Okay, here's the important things for anal. I understand that you're worried. There can be some dirty things that happen. People are concerned about this. So make sure that you clean your bowels, that you go to the bathroom at least a few hours before, like don't go out for Taco Bell. What? Don't do an enema, though. Mm-hmm. You're making faces about bowels, that word?
I don't like it.
Okay, shower before. You guys can shower, feel really clean. Most important thing, you want to use lots of lube. You can never, ever use too much lube. And also foreplay before. It helps you to have more orgasms. The problem is a lot of women tense up and then it hurts and it's painful. So here's what I want to say to you. Before you even jump into anal sex, and since you want to kind of prolong it, why don't you spend like a week just with some anal play? Have him have lube on his finger, stick his finger in your butt, one finger, then another. Play with that sensation or buy a butt plug. A lot of women report it feels amazing to have something inside their butt while they're having sex, while they're having
actual normal intercourse.
I'm saying nothing not normal. While you're having intercourse, and then you could start to get used to that sensation of something in you. So that could be a lead up and a tease to him and a good time. So you could also go to Good Vibes and use code Emily or whatever and check out their butt plugs.
You got all sorts of butt things over there.
Got butt stuff going on, and just make sure that you take your time and don't. If you're not ready, you're not ready. But start doing butt play. Never too soon for that.
Can we go back for a second?
Yeah.
All right. I've heard a lot of people talk about anal sex over the years. Lots of people. And all of them say get an enema, which I always kind of think, I don't know if that's really right to be just sending the layman off or lay woman off to be enemizing herself.
Even porn stars.
It's interesting that you said not to do that.
Don't get an enema. Listen, when you're clear. You could have a lighter lunch if you know that dinner.
Right.
You just know. That's all I'm saying. Enemas are not healthy for you because they mess up your whole tract.
Uh-huh.
But let's talk about orgasms.
Right from the, okay. Mm-hmm. Easy transition there. Let's do this.
You know what I love about my show is that it all transitions.
All over the place, yeah.
Dear Emily, I'm a nymphomaniac. I love sex. I can't get enough of it, but recently I've discovered a problem. I seem to have lost my ability to orgasm. It started about 3 months ago when my boyfriend of a year and a half and I broke up. I've noticed I'll get horny, but whenever I have sex, I just don't get that special feeling, leading to me usually faking it. Could this be due to the breakup or could there be something else going on? I just want sex to be enjoyable again. Thanks, Christy. Christy, first of all, let's distinguish between being a nymphomaniac and someone who enjoys having sex. Shall we do that? Nymphomania. I just got this definition for you, sweetie, so you got it all down. It's a type of hypersexuality disorder that involves compulsive sexual behavior. One of the defining characteristics of any hypersexuality disorder is that you have a preoccupation with sex-related acts that interferes with your ability to sustain normal relationships, keep a job, or stay physically or mentally healthy. Let's clear that up. Doesn't sound like you're a nymphomaniac. It just sounds like you're having issues with your orgasm. Okay, so you're getting O-blocked by yourself. This happens to women, Anderson. Like we think we're going to, and then we block ourselves.
You guys
from
think
getting it
yourselves
out.
out of it, yeah. I see
We
that
do,
happen.
because the brain is the largest sex organ, and if your mind isn't in it, the orgasm becomes impossible. It can become damn near impossible. Like you think you're there, and then you're anxious because each time it happened one time, you think it's going to happen again. And it is possible that you're trying to fill the void from your breakup with this new guy, and it's not as filling as you want it to be. All this could be true, because you said you never had the problem before. Oh, and of course, I have to mention, if you started the birth control pill, if you're on any medications like antidepressants, that could also be a reason why you're not orgasming. So let's just think about that for a moment. But if you really think you have the case of the missing or the disappearing O because you're O blocking, there's a few things that you can do. This might sound new agey. Don't hate me for it. But the simple act of mindfully breathing. Do you know that women and men hold our breath a lot during sex? But when you breathe, you actually enhance your sexual experience, especially when you settle in for like solo time, little masturbation time, which maybe you might need to like beef that up a little if you're not able to orgasm with them. So it also helps you be in the moment. So if you're in your head thinking, oh my God, it's not going to happen. Is it going to happen? Not. You just go back to your breath. Just like they tell you meditation, go back to your breath. Go back to your sensations in your body. And it also helps you relax, since stress kills our sex drive and our sexual pleasure. So don't be impatient. It helps you relax. Best part, number 3 of my tips of breath, it increases the blood flow to your pelvic area. So then that also will help you, because the more oxygen, you're taking breaths, so now there's more oxygen being pumped into your bloodstream, increasing the blood flow, and now your brain, your genitals, they're super happy and oxygen rich.
Everything's pumped.
It's all pumped up. So you're probably thinking that you breathe naturally, but you might be holding it. So just try this and try relaxing, because I think you're just really stressed out about it.
It's a great tip, Em, because also if she becomes more mindful of the breathing, she's going to stop thinking herself into a corner with, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Now you're focusing on the breathing. Everything else kind of falls into place. Did she mention if she's capable of still having one on her own without him?
She didn't. That's why I said
That's a big thing.
I think that you might want to start masturbating more on your own and just figuring out what's going on, and also experiment with what I told you about the breathing, using toys, using fingers, whatever it is that you normally do. And then you'll start to feel that orgasm again, because if you're just relying on this one relationship right now,
Tell her just go out and get a couple of other boyfriends on the side?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Diversify.
What?
Duty dating.
What? She's
I was
into this
actually going to
guy.
talk about that. What? No, shoot the guy. Don't do that. But no matter if you're in a relationship or not, you need to always keep the masturbation going. I just wrote an article about this that should be out by now for Ask Men, talking about like why it's so important that you need to masturbate. Because you do, no matter if you're in a relationship or not, it should never stop. You should always stay in touch with your body. Do it. That's what I got for you today.
But back to the point, though. Obviously,
Go.
if she can still make herself, but she can't with him anymore, the problem lies with him. If she can't with herself or with him, problem probably lies with her more than him.
That is a really good point. I really think that you should try it with you. Right. If you're fine on your own and then you're with him, then there's something going on with you guys. That's a good point.
That's
Anderson.
just
Thank you.
numbers, man. I'm just playing the numbers there.
I
you what I'm
know,
saying?
but I just think that a lot of us stop ourselves from it. Women, we don't have time. We're stressed. And that's why I made the candles I talked about, which actually, they do relax you. Like a massage. It's a gateway.
candle,
Massage is, right. How many times has giving a girl a massage gotten you laid?
Oh, that's the thing. Hey, you do that. Massage.
Yeah. Right. So
I dated a lot of bartenders, so it was always like, hey, you look like
your
you're working
feet.
really hard. You're serving me these free drinks that probably is painful on your back. I'll pay you back with a little massage after work.
Really?
Maybe?
And then you go home with them from the bar?
This is years ago. Different life.
I
Different
know,
life. But
before you were
scumbag
married.
Anderson. Yeah.
And they believed you. They laughed with
Well,
you.
no, I would give them a massage, and a long time.
Well, people, I got to say, I've fallen for the massage thing too, because if you just start massaging my back, my neck, my feet, anything, like there's no woman on the planet who doesn't want that.
You're letting them know a lot of what you can do too, how you can manipulate
Right.
certain
How are you
things
with your
and this and that,
hands?
and then they get curious, like what else
They
could these
can't,
hands
right?
do?
They got their shirt off, maybe.
There's that whole diatribe, even in Pulp Fiction. Actually, I was kind of pissed when I saw Pulp Fiction. I'm like, he's giving away my secrets. Quiet. But he's talking about Samuel L. Jackson's talking about giving the foot massage and how that's a gateway.
I don't remember this part.
Yeah.
Because it does also the reflexology, like you push certain pressure points
Like in the
on your
Asian
feet.
places that you go to, they have those little maps of the feet.
You're
Here's
more
the
likely to
kidneys of
orgasm.
the big toe.
No, I'm serious. It's smart, guys. Get smart at the female body and her pressure points. And Yeah.
But that candle really even takes it up to
You
the next
love
level.
the candle. You guys took it
I
on
would
vacation,
use
right?
the candle. I'd be like, hey, you know what? I can give you a massage. Actually, there's this candle. You wouldn't believe it, but there's a candle that is actually made for massaging. No way, really? Yeah, I got one in my car. I'll show you later.
It's a great. I'm telling you, I know so many
Oh,
guys
it's
who've
so
done
creepy.
that.
I did not like myself back then.
No, but it's true. It's you
What
could
a
light.
dick.
No, dudes. Here's the deal. You should have a candle if you're a guy. You should just light candles, and it's not just for chicks. They look like regular candles. They're from Emily and Tony. They're just like they're beautiful. They're from France. Like they don't, and they're masculine and feminine looking. Like they're for both. There's actually a black one if you feel that's really masculine. But the point is, they smell really good, so they're sensual, and the warm oil pours on her body. It's not waxy or weird or like, why are you pouring hot wax on me? And it's so sensual because it drips, feels amazing. And then she's putty in your hands. Or he's putty in your hands. It goes both ways,
You can
Anderson.
make a battery-operated one that actually has the fluid inside, and it turns on its own.
And
you know
turns
what I mean?
it? So you don't have to
on.
light it?
Well, yeah, like they got those battery-operated candles, and
They
they turn
do.
on like every 18 hours or whatever for 6 hours.
Yeah, but they're not making you warm, luxurious massage.
But maybe like it heats up inside. Well, we'll talk.
I don't have
after.
time for that.
We'll talk after.
Okay, Anderson, what else with you? How's the smoking thing? How many weeks we on? No
It's
smoking?
good. I still steal from the wife here and there, and every now and again, if I'm out imbibing or having some particular stress, I'll have a cigarette, and I feel like an idiot because I go right back to vaping, which has really had me cut down like probably 200%. I've cut down, if
I'm
not
so
more.
impressed.
I used to smoke like a pack a day, and now at the end of a week, it probably averages out to about 6 cigarettes a
Wow,
week. if
Anderson,
that.
this
And
is
I'm still
amazing. It's
guilty.
all
I feel
vaping.
Like I should not be smoking at all. But if it wasn't for a craft vapory hooking me up, there's no way that I would be even close to where I'm at right now. So my lungs feel a lot better. I feel way better in the morning, and that's thanks to our friends over at Craft Vapory. And they got a little deal, much like you have some deals with your
Yep.
people. Go to Craft Vapory. I did my due diligence and research before I actually approached them. I went to them and I said, hey, do you want to do something? Because I want to quit smoking and I want to work with you guys. And they said yes. They're the only company that I approached, too. So go to Craft Vapory. They have everything. And if you put an Anderson in the promo code, you get 20% off your order. So
That's
bang.
nice. Bam. Be like Anderson and quit smoking.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I only say that if you smoke. Don't be one of these people who's like, yeah, I've been thinking about picking up vaping. Don't do that. Let's just do
Don't
it.
pick up vaping.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
There's
Don't
no
do that.
time for that. Okay, Anderson. So what else? And how's your Film Vault?
Film Vault's doing great. We're last week we did Red Light, Green Light, where we look at movies in the future that have not even been made yet, and we red light them or green light them.
Oh,
so it's
so you're
really
already
fun.
predicting how
We're
they're going
talking
to be.
about movies that haven't even been made. So you listen to that, and you're like, about movies before they've even like shot for one day, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Well, check out his podcast. You're all podcasters. You're listening. And also, if you like my show, Anderson Show, tell your friends. I feel like most people, I was having breakfast with someone. She's like the same friend that we were talking about blowjobs or whatever we were. She's like, I just don't get it how you listen. I'm like, people, it's so
Wait,
easy.
your idiot friend who doesn't like blowjobs doesn't understand how
No,
to
I'm
listen to
saying
podcasts?
no, even randos, people, everywhere I go, they're like, you just download like the
Oh, I see.
Podcast One
Yeah.
app. You
Yeah.
download iTunes. If you have an
Just go
iPhone,
to iTunes, man.
you play
Type
it
in
like a
whatever you
song.
like.
But all you people know this because you're listening. But tell your friends how easy it is because it changes your life.
I got a friend who he's a family friend. I've known him for years. Like he practically raised me. He was like my babysitter when I was a kid, and I haven't talked to him in a while. He moved out of state, but he called me up the other day. He's like, "Hey, I just learned about these podcasts," and he's like, middle-aged man now.
Right.
He just learned about podcasts. One of the first things he did was he typed in "sex" just to see what would pop up. He's a listener of your program now. He listens to
And
your show.
he is. I
He's
love
like,
it.
I can't believe
Shout
I
out to
didn't-
Anderson's friend.
I haven't been listening to podcasts for years. Like he feels like he's got time missed. You know what I mean? Like he has time to
Right.
make up because it's like this whole new world at your
there's so
fingertips.
much.
You don't have to listen with a jam down your throat on terrestrial.
Right.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
F that. Okay.
Hashtag fuck that.
Hashtag fuck that. Well, this was awesome. Thank you, Anderson, for being here. I adore you. And thank you to all of you for listening to the show and supporting the show. And if you like it, tell your friends to listen or like send them the recent show or send them the newsletter. I love that because, I want to keep doing this for the rest of my life and help you all have better sex. You can also like us on Facebook, which is Sex with Emily, and also follow me on Twitter because it's a good friggin' time at Sex with Emily and Instagram at Sex with Emily. Thanks for listening. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. Okay, so you've heard me talk about candles. Oh, I was already talking about, I really just didn't talk about candles earlier in the show. I was talking about the Down Under Comfort earlier in
We
the show.
talked to some
Did we
candles.
earlier? I'm
Yeah,
so
I don't know if you
confused.
gave all the info. the
Because
pertinent
here's the info. I don't know if I did. So I make these candles, right? With my partner, Tony. Emily and Tony's the brand. And we made them, and he's actually a skincare expert. He has a huge line called Anthony's Skincare for Men, if you've used it. So these are high-quality products, but you might not even care about that. The point is, You need to spice things up in the bedroom. You need atmosphere, and a massage candle is the perfect thing because it sets the atmosphere, the mood, and then amazing sex follows because like we said, massage is an awesome way, it's an awesome gateway to get laid. No, to make your sex life better. Like what happens is, like, let me just break it down. Looks like a regular candle, you light it. It smells amazing. You wait a few minutes, you wait 10 minutes, 20, doesn't matter. Blow it out, and you'll see that it's pooled into this warm oil. That's not wax, not messy, not hot. And then you pour it on your partner, and it's like it moves into your skin, like relaxes you instantly, and it feels so luxurious and sensual and sexy and amazing. To be honest, you know this, Anderson.
I love it.
And I created them so you'll have the best sex of your life. I created them so you will feel something different with your partner, and it'll get you in the mood, and it'll smell good, and it's aromatherapy. How's that for a threefer? So go to emilyandtony.com. Use code SEXWITHEMILY, 20% off your order for your first time. And also, until June 8th, use code EmilyFresh to receive a free Down Under Comfort, which is our other thingy that's great for your anywhere you sweat, when you buy a Menage a Trois candle set. Now, the candle set comes all 3 candles, little mini ones, so you can try them all. Use code FRESH till June 8th to get a free Down Under Comfort. This is all at emilyandtony.com. Thanks for listening.
Hi, it's me, TV's Ross Matthews. You know, from The Tonight Show, Chelsea Lately, E-Red Carpets, blah, blah, blah. Well, now I have a podcast, Straight Talk, with me, Ross Matthews. And it has become the go-to destination for some of Hollywood's biggest stars. From Lauren Conrad to Kristen Bell, Kelly Osbourne, Brad Goreski, RuPaul, and more. And this week, we have Brittany Snow from Pitch Perfect 2. Just like the biggest movie in the world, no big deal. Coming up, Khloe Kardashian, and who knows who else. Straight Talk with Ross Matthews on podcast1.com.